Yo, yo, yo. All right, today I want to go over the trades I took. Let me close this out. That was loud. I wonder, can I turn on executions? Okay. Um, I don't know if I can. All right, well, I know which trades I took. So I took two stabs at this long here, which clearly, hold on, it's clearly, um, I was wrong. So coming into the day, I had I knew market was bearish, but I had this for some reason I really wanted to see all these highs get taken out. I was super bullish biased, especially with this new day opening gap. I wanted to see this kind of get filled. So I came in I knew the trend was bearish, but I came in more bullish, pretty much. So also what was kind of tripping me up was we had this inversion, the 1 hour inverse right here on ES, which we got so close to these highs. And then on MNQ, we just filled the hourly. So I guess once I realized that, I probably should have known that we were going to be pretty bearish for the day, just because that's a SMT there. Um, and yeah, we still had pretty good draws to the downside. So, anyways, coming in to the day, where's 9:30? 9:30 open right here. We sweep out this low right here and we start getting rotations to the upside. So I was like, oh yeah, we're totally going to take all this out. And then we rejected off of, I don't really know what. Yeah, there wasn't an SMT. There wasn't really anything to turn price to the downside, but it is what it is. I just think markets are pretty tricky right now, so getting out of here with a $12.60 lesson, because I wouldn't say I won that. I would say that's a lesson. Um, Technically should have lost at least 1 R today. But got pretty lucky. So, anyways, so then we off and also off open, we formed this bearish SMT, I'm pretty sure, or bullish SMT, sorry. So oh yeah, I was omega bullish. Um, So anyways, we come in, we don't inverse this 5 minute, which should have been a pretty big indication to me that we are going short, like we're going lower. But I was so stuck and gung ho on on these highs, I couldn't really get my brain to like switch gears and be like, okay, yeah, we might be going lower instead for today. Um, so anyways, um, 941, no real inverse here. Um, what I ended up taking the trades that I took, because I took two. Um, Number one was I took a long here. I was targeting at least that. And I went break even when we took out this internal high, which in hindsight worked out just because of how we weren't going up there. But in reality, this probably isn't the best place to go break even, just because price could very easily um, hit this and then get a little retrace and then come back up and hit these longs. But and this was also after market took out this low and ES filled this hourly gap. So I was like, okay, I'm liking this. I think we can really reverse off of here. But I've noticed, especially with recently, right around 940-ish, like right around the macro, the market has made up its mind on where it wants to go for the day. So like 940, we fail to take these highs. We get a huge inverse and candles to the downside. Like that should just be like, all right, we're going lower today. And that's what I've noticed pretty much. every day for at least December and a little bit of November. I mean, once the market's kind of made up its mind at around 940, that's kind of the direction it wants to go. We don't really reverse off of that. But the thing to take shorts, it's like there was no liquidity grabbed for going lower. So I don't really know. The really only confluence we had was this hourly gap, but I don't know, it's tough, man. And today if you took a dip today, you're him. Um, especially if you caught like a good move like this, you're him. Anyways, so that was my first trade was this long right here. Second trade was the fill of this inversion. So hold on. I got filled somewhere in this candle here maybe. And then was going long here. My stops were below this gap. I de-risked a little bit. I was only risking about 300-ish on this because my original idea was to have my stop loss all the way down here, but I was like, nah, it doesn't make sense. Like if we're gonna come down here, if we're gonna inverse these gaps, we're gonna take out this low. There's no sense in running a bigger stop loss just to feel protected when it doesn't make any sense. But anyways, the reason I didn't lose on this trade was just because once I saw this candle right here, I mean, this is the most rejection candle I've ever seen. And then also how we're just losing steam the entire way through here. Like once we took out this internal high, if we're gonna go up, we should be going. We shouldn't be slowing down like this. We need to carry this momentum from this V shape. And also we did edge these lows here, so I was super like, all right, man, this doesn't look good at all. Which making those like discretionary decisions either cost me or they save me like today. Like I could have lost easily 500 and would have been pretty upsetting, but today we are good. We we managed to learn a valuable lesson today, which is, I mean, just focus on that 940 area and see which way price is wanting to go. And then if there's good draws to that side, don't get tripped out by this. I mean, this was just, and I feel like I would have been more open to shorts if there was just any sort of gap that this could retrace to, but there was nothing. Like all we did was just, guess we just retraced to equilibrium. But um, yeah, like that's tough, man. It's tough to make that judgment call. Yeah, like I guess we just retraced to equilibrium, and then what I would have ended up taking if I was leaning more shorts would have been this massive candle right here. Inverse both gaps, stops at the highs, and target this low down here. Maybe go break even at this low or take off position at that low. Um, but yeah, also the trade was way cleaner on ES. If you could have taken the one on ES. We get the inversion right here. Stops at that high. Target this all the way down here. And I mean, this was a banger, dude. If you could have caught this, you're him. You would have been him. Um, but yeah, tough. I think I was just on the wrong side of the coin today. I could have easily seen the market go like this, whoop, whoop, and take all this out. But it's what it is. Good lesson learned. I'm glad I learned it for a $12.60 gain and not a $500 loss.